This is a small attempt to help legal students or any other students who are studying environmental laws prepare for the future. I will try and answer some of the critical questions in each session, which hopefully will be helpful for study purpose. So today we will deal with the question, what is public nuisance? When conditional order for removal of nuisance can be passed? So public nuisance may be defined as an obstruction, risk, or injury to the life, health, comfort, or convenience of public at large. For example, 1. Unlawful obstruction or nuisance in any public way, river, or channel. 2. Any trade or keeping of goods which are injurious to the public health. 3. Any tank, well, or excavation adjacent to any public place required to be fenced to prevent danger arising to the public. Public nuisance which injuriously affects the welfare of the community and are dealt with by or in the nature of the state or by corporate bodies specially authorized by statute to intervene. Nuisance is a multitude of ill-assorted sins. It paves the ways to other wrongs. It leads to criminal intention, grabbing others' land or properties, negligence, etc. Examples: A. Digging a trench on the public path. B. Accumulating the stones or sand in the streets. C. Constructing structures on a public path. D. Polluting the public drainage system. E. Releasing polluted gases, sludges, wastes, liquids in tanks, canals, or underground environmental pollution, etc. The Supreme Court and High Courts recognize that the pollution created by the industries is a public nuisance. So in the case of Dr. Ram Raj Singh versus Babu Lal, AIR 1982, Allahabad 285, the citation, the High Court has held that the dust of the machine had spread to the vicinity and polluted nearby houses. The patients, afraid to come to the plaintiff's hospital due to the dust, sound of the machine, etc., it was held by the court that it is a public nuisance. Public nuisance is a crime. It is a punishable offense. The provisions of the criminal law are attracted to punish the wrongdoer in the offense of public nuisance. Now, conditional order for removal of nuisance. So section 133 of the Code of Criminal Procedure, or CRPC, deals with the circumstances when a conditional order for removal of nuisance can be passed. So section 133 of the code provides as under: 1. Whenever a district magistrate or a subdivisional magistrate or any other executive magistrate specially empowered in the behalf by state government, on receiving the report of a police officer or other information and on taking such evidence, if any, it thinks fit and considers: A. That any unlawful obstruction or nuisance should be removed from any public place or from any way, river, or channel which is or may be lawfully used by the public. Or B. That the conduct of any trade or occupation or the keeping of any goods or merchandise is injurious to the health or physical comfort of the community, and that in consequence such trade or occupation should be prohibited or regulated, or such goods or merchandise should be removed or the keeping thereof regulated. Or C. that the construction of any building or the disposal of any substance as is likely to occasion configuration or explosion should be prevented or stopped, or D, that any building, tent or structure or tree is in such a condition that it is likely to fall and thereby cause injury to persons living or carrying on business in the neighborhood or passing by, and that in consequence the removal, repair or support of such building, tent or structure, or the removal or support of such tree is necessary, or E, that any tank, well or excavation to any such way or public place should be fenced in such manner as to prevent danger arising to the public, or F, that any dangerous animal should be destroyed, confined or otherwise disposed of, then such a magistrate may make a conditional order requiring the person causing such obstruction or nuisance or carrying on such trade or occupation or keeping any such goods or merchandise or owning, possessing or controlling such building, tent, structure, substance, tank, well or excavation, or owning or possessing such animal or tree within a time to be fixed in the order: 1. To remove such obstruction or nuisance. 2. To desist from carrying on or to remove or regulate in such manner as may be directed such trade or occupation, or to remove such goods or merchandise, or to regulate the keeping thereof in such manner as may be directed. 3. To prevent or stop the construction of such building or to alter the disposal of such substance. Or 4. To remove, repair or support such building, tent or structure, or to remove or support such trees. Or 5. To fence such tank, well or excavation. Or 6. To destroy, confine or dispose of such dangerous animal in the manner provided in the said order. Or if he objects so to do, to appear before himself, that is the magistrate, or some other executive magistrate subordinate to him, at a time and place to be fixed by the order, and show cause in the manner hereinafter provided, why the order should not be made absolute. Now, no order duly made by a magistrate under section 133 shall be called in question in any civil court. Now, for the purpose of explanation, a public includes also property belonging to the state, camping grounds, and grounds left unoccupied for sanitary or recreative purposes. It should be noted that section 133 of the Code of Criminal Procedure authorizes a district magistrate or a subdivisional magistrate or an executive magistrate to take action only when there has been an invasion of public right. The provisions of section 133 cannot be invoked to settle private disputes between two individuals. Similarly, if the obstruction of or nuisance is on some private property, action under section 133 cannot be taken. A magistrate can make a preliminary order absolute only when the party against whom a preliminary order is passed fails to appear and show cause on the first occasion after receipt of the preliminary order. When the proceedings under section 133 CRPC is initiated first, the mere institution of civil suit would not debar the magistrate to first decide whether there is any reliable evidence in support of denial. And if he finds evidence, he will be at liberty to continue the proceedings under section 138 of CRPC. It should be noted that order under section 133 of the CRPC has to be served on the person against whom it operates, where no attempt was made to serve an order passed under section 133 of the code on the petitioner by exercise of due diligence, but the order was served on the brother of husband of petitioner, it was held the service was held insufficient. The conditional order should not only require to show cause by the date fixed, but also to do or abstain from doing something within time fixed in the order. So thanks for watching. I hope you find the content useful and helpful. Let me know if you have any question or feedback. So until next time, goodbye.